Wednesday and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Lall Show only on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
Good evening. You're listening to Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It is now 19 hours 20 in Guyana, making it time for the Lall Show. Tell it as it is on this Friday night. We're in a brand new month, the month of June, 2nd of June. Mr. Lall, good evening to you.
Good evening to you, Kevin. Trust you had a good week.
Yes, sir.
It's Friday?
It is.
All Friday?
Whole day.
Was it a great day?
It was.
All right. I'm happy. And I guess the entire Guyanese populace would have enjoyed the week too. There are lots of things happening. So, let's get going. Namaste. Welcome back on board, young man. DJ, you got some good music to give the people?
Oh, yes, I do.
I hear you. I hear you. Where you went?
Curacao.
Curacao? You speak the language there? Curacao is a beautiful place.
It definitely is, but it's really hard to learn the language.
Okay. Papimento.
That's correct. And Dutch.
I know. I used to trade there. I made some money there in the early days. Well, namaste, uncle and auntie. It's Lall and it's Friday. I don't know who will be buying me a drink this afternoon, but I'm a bit thirsty. Anybody volunteering? You know, you can just call my phone if you're going to volunteer. I only take 2 beers. That's all. Or maybe a shot of vodka or 2 shots of vodka.
Or 4.
Huh?
Or 4.
Yeah, we can. Let's see who will volunteer that shot. Namaste, uncle and auntie. Please let them change the contract now. Now, before you people vote for them. Stop living with continuous promises. Stop living with it, uncle. Promises, no good. The Chinese people say no good. Promises. Yes, our leaders are dishonest. They're crooks. They're deceivers and misleaders. They're not working, uncle, for your benefit or in your best interests. No, no. The main players are putting ExxonMobil's interests in front of ours. Yes, me and you who own these wealth. How can this be? Oil companies in bed with these misfits and working for their shareholders and their pockets. So where does that leave me and you, uncle? If they don't want to give you your share, then you should, yes. Or why should you give them your vote? The rank of many political leaders in Africa are thieves. Let's call them by their names. They are thieves. They are individuals who are not interested in the interests of this country. And as long as we continue electing such individuals into positions of power, they're going to be manipulated. What then is the responsibility of the citizens? The responsibility of the citizens is to make demands, uncle. Yes, listen to him. Is to make demands.
the rank of many political leaders in Africa are thieves. Let's call them by their name. They are thieves. They are individuals who are not interested in the interest of this country. And as long as we continue electing such individuals into positions of power across Africa, they are going to be manipulated. What then is the responsibility of the citizenry? The responsibility of the citizenry is to make demands.
Let's call them by their names, thieves. And as long as you continue electing them, they will be manipulated. That word manipulated means you can twist them how you want them, uncle. Yeah. That is exactly what has been going on in this country with the PPP and the PNC ever since. Yes. Ever since, uncle. They have been manipulated by the foreigners. So much so that they don't give a damn what they say, how they say it, what they do, how they do it. That is how the foreigners have them in this country. They dancing when there's no music. And that is how them turn around and got many of you. Yes, many of you dancing where there's no music too. I am now going to share with you, all of you, uncle, conversations I had with Aubrey Norton and Barra Jagdeo over the last week. Tonight I will not be speaking about oil. So don't get your ears too high up into the oil. Aubrey Norton texted me and said his party has said enough on the Exxon insurance, the parent company guarantee and oil spill. And went on to tell me that nobody gonna push them to make premature statements. Now, I will leave you, the listeners, to say what action the PNC have taken on those issues. Other than coming out 1 week later to issue a Mickey Mouse statement, how them support Justice Kissoon's decision and disappear. The rest is left to you, for you decide in your own mind what they have been doing in the oil sector. As for not forcing him to make premature statements, 8 years now we find oil. 3 years now he party there in opposition and doesn't know where they stand on to today. Uncle, auntie. Then he went on to tell me how Kaieteur News taking a one-dimensional approach, focusing on oil and gas, ignoring all other critical issues in Guyana, such as the high cost of living. Maybe Aubrey Norton not living in Guyana. If he were, he would have known that Kaieteur News has been in front and still is in front for the last 29 years on corruption, mismanagement, and thievery. When both the PNC and the PPP were in the thick of thievery, and to today. This is why the great Lumumba say, call them by their right names. Thieves. Mr. Norton, no other media house, newspaper and radio has spoken and reported as much as Kaieteur News and Kaieteur Radio on our wealth, on our resources, brother. Not you, your party, or Jagdeo and his party. You talking about high cost of living. Tell this nation what is the remedy to that. How you plan to lower it to help this starving nation, Mr. Norton. And if you don't know, Mr. Norton, let Glenn Lall tell you. Cost of living, no one should be crying out. Not one Guyanese should be crying out. Not one Guyanese should have been crying out of a good life. In this country, with this oil alone that was discovered, not one person should have been hollering about high cost of living, Mr. Norton, with the oil that is pumping there presently. Not one. Had you and your party done the right thing by securing a fair deal for this country, you would have never had to talk about high cost of living in this country, sir. Had you guys secured a reasonable deal for every household, by now, Mr. Norton, every household would have been getting a fat money. Not only to deal with the high cost of living, Mr. Norton, but every citizen would have been living a very comfortable life. You yourself said that Guyana must benefit from our resources. But when renegotiation comes up, yes, when a word pops up, you're ducking and playing games with words. What word you want to use? What word you want to use, Mr. Norton? Adjustment? You want to use change, improvement? All is the same thing. All means renegotiation, brother. Use whatever word you want to talk about, and let's get this contract changed so that the cost of living you're talking about can disappear. The newspaper is here. The radio station is here. Use it. I offered you to come on the radio. I am still waiting. Uncle and Auntie, I should tell you this. I asked him in the last conversation, last week, if he would come on the program. He said yes. I asked him if he come in the same night or Wednesday night. He said no, next week. When I told him, lovely, I will start advertising it. Norton shifted and said, Norton said, don't advertise next week. Advertise that he will come in the appropriate time. Oh boy, Mr. Norton, your own supporters are feeling the squeeze. The Guyanese people are bawling, and you as the leader of the PNC talking about appropriate time? What kind of game you're playing with this nation, Norton? Stand up and tell the people where you really stand with this oil wealth. Auntie, he went on to tell me, and I quote him word for word, our agenda must be determined and promoted by us. If we allow others to lead us, then we become slaves to them and sacrifice our agenda for other interests. Mr. Norton, where is your agenda, brother? What does it have inside? Have you shared it with the nation? Or your agenda is only to back Your agenda is only to get back into power. And the best way to do so is stay away from the oil. This is a lovely country with beautiful leaders inside. Norton, you should show this nation, and more so your supporters, how you're leading and where you're leading them. By staying silent, you're not leading. You're promoting the interests of Jagdeo and the foreigners who are eating up the wealth that should come to the people to have a good life, Mr. Norton. That's what you have been doing. And you keep on doing it at every press conferences y'all having. It is the Kaieteur News that have reported on many occasions how the contract can be changed, can be renegotiated. You haven't said a word about that, or your party. Why? Tell your nation, or tell your supporters that. This is how cost of living will go down with you and your party. Oh, uncle and auntie, them just humming, but they're not coming. Mr. Norton, the only way this can happen, cost of living can go down, is to change this contract and change it now. Auntie, uncle, he went on to talk a lot of crap. I don't want to waste my radio time. I don't want to waste the radio time and you, the listeners' time, commenting on it. It just doesn't make sense. For example, he told me that Kaieteur News is not calling for a clean voters list. You see what he's focusing on? Getting back into office. Not your belly or your pocket, but power. Well, my friend, Kaieteur News, under my stewardship, will focus on people's belly, their bank book, hopes and dreams, their safety and their security, rather than doing anything to elect you or the PPP back into office. Aren't you capable enough of fighting that battle yourself? And by the way, did the court shy out that same nonsense a few days ago? Yes. Uncle and auntie, you see their agenda is for themselves first and always, not for you, the people. No. They only want your votes. Just yesterday afternoon, the PNC had a press conference and told the nation if they get back into power within the first 50 days, they will call ExxonMobil back to the table. When I heard it, I farted. I couldn't hold it back. When my reporter told me that, uncle, I just couldn't hold back the fart. The PNC got to get back into office before them can ask for a change to this contract. Eh? These people for real? And like I'm smelling that fart since yesterday as I sit here. Now Mr. Norton talking about changing the contract when he go back into office. Is that not renegotiation, brother? Kevin?
Yes, sir.
But the question is, why wait to be elected to talk about renegotiation or change to the Exxon contract and not talk about it today? Now. Uncle and Auntie, are you see the game the PNC playing with your heads? Huh? It's just that you vote they want. It's the same thing that Barra Jagdeo swear to do when he was in opposition. Yes, the exact thing he swear. And I don't have time to play, but play them back again. June 12th coming. Clap your hands. Smile and go out and vote for them. The PNC went further yesterday to say, Uncle, during the press conference, them said, oh boy, during the press conference, it made me crack up. It really made me crack up, Uncle. When them go in the first 50 days, them going to bring ExxonMobil back to the table and ask for more royalty, ring fencing, and get proper people to audit the Exxon books. Why not today, Mr. Norton? Why you don't call for that today? Something holding you back? Or something holding your tongue from asking for more royalty and ring fencing today? Oh boy. Oh. I forget. You're saying all these things to get the people vote. I tell you, I'm not talking about title tonight, you know. Oh, all these things they're saying for getting people vote. Can somebody tell me why they can't talk about those things now, Uncle? Can somebody also tell me why them left out the big money items like taxes, capping the interest rates, decommissioning cost, all in the hundreds of millions of US, more than what Guyana receiving at present? You guys see how these people cherry picking and talking for talking's sake? Them saying one thing, and deep down in their hearts, they mean completely the opposite. Meaning they will do nothing, Uncle. Trust me, they will do nothing. Just like what Barra Jagdeo and President Ali did when they were in the opposition. Both of them said, when they get in office, the contract gonna change. What happened today, Auntie? You think Lumumba was wrong? No, man. Let me play it back for them. Could you play it back for me, man?
The rank of many political leaders in Africa are thieves. Let's call them by their name. They are thieves. They are individuals who are not interested in the interest of this country. And as long as we continue electing such individuals into positions of power across Africa, they are going to be manipulated. What then is the responsibility of the citizenry? The responsibility of the citizenry is to make demands.
I love this man. Yes. They should be called by their right names, thieves. You know, I want to believe that the PNC, when them hold weekly press conferences, then they just talk things that come to their heads. What they feel you people want to hear. Any decent, caring opposition would have had a decent, straightforward statement or points about where they stand with what is happening in this country and what they plan to do. What you see them doing today? You know what you see them doing today, Uncle? Cherry picking what Kaieteur News reporting on a daily basis. Joseph Harmon, 3 years ago, said 4 times he's putting together an oil team. Today Harmon cannot be seen. 3 years later, Aubrey Norton, who took over, didn't see it fit to put together that oil team to speak to the nation. Anyone you think the PNC will put together an oil team to talk to this nation? Huh? This whole world talking about Guyana's oil every day. Them holding press conferences all over the world, boasting about our oil, while Norton and his party hopping around on one foot, hiding from the sunlight. Them operating in the dark and want to keep all of us in the dark where they are. I think I'm going to give Norton my vote on June 12. I think he deserves it. What do you say, Kevin? No? No, man, I can give him my vote. Uncle and Auntie will give him them vote too. Uncle, Norton tell me in the appropriate time he will come on the radio. The man who said if elected in the first 50 days he will ask for more royalty and ring fencing. Y'all tell me if this man real. I'll open the phone line just now. Jack Davis sued the third, the fourth, and the fifth projects without getting ExxonMobil to change the royalty, change the no tax to even a yes tax. No ring fencing, no capping of the interest rate, nothing about the cleanup cost. And where was Norton on all of this? Oh, I forget. He waiting to deal with these issues when he get into power within the first 50 days. Is how you plan changing this thing, Norton? In the midst of an approved project, or I should say legally approved project. How are you changing anything there? Where was your voice before these projects were legally approved by Jack Davis, Mr. Norton? You were silent. What does that say? Are you with the Guyanese people and for them? Or are you with Jack Davis and ExxonMobil? And by the way, Jack Davis is going to approve another project, the 6th project, by year end. Would the nation be hearing next Thursday at your press conference how you will be demanding that Jack Davis include ring fencing, demand more royalty, cap the interest rate, demand full taxes, and get control of the cleanup money? Not forgetting the unlimited parent company guarantee, among other things? Or the nation will have to wait until you get back into office to call Exxon back to the table to deal with this issue in the first 50 days? I am just asking. What these people doing to y'all? Oh, I wish I could do a lot more to help your uncle and auntie. Oh, but like Lumumba said, you have to stop them with strong voices. You have to stop them with strong voices. And let me add, you got to stop them with your fingers. I am going to vote for them. Yes, I'm going to vote. And I'll put an X on both of them and stain my finger so that I could come out and show the nation a bit of vote. All those who frightened to stay home and don't vote and they're going to watch your finger if I vote, I should go mark the X or scratch up the paper, stain your finger and come out. Play Lumumba for me, pan.
Have a conscience. They are there to reap and rape, and they must be stopped. by clear and unequivocal voices. Remember that what they do with our politicians is that they buy them for a song. The politicians are bought for a song. They buy them apartments in Dubai and in Guyana and keep money for them in Panama and other places and buy them holiday homes in Miami. So if you rely on your politicians only as the bulwark against the diabolical machination of these multinationals, then you are sunk and sunk until the second coming.
Until the second coming. They don't care. They're here to reap and rape, and they must be stopped. How are you stopping Exxon, Uncle? By demanding a change. Both the PPP and the PNC are not doing it, and they will not do it because, yes, they were all bought out for a song. So only your voice and your feet on the streets will bring them to their senses. Yes, you have the power, Uncle and Auntie. Without your vote, they are nothing. Let me repeat, the contract must be changed now or no votes. Go vote for all of them. Not tomorrow or after elections. Now. Contract must change, Uncle. Is that hard to do? Is that hard for your mouths to say? You have to show them that without your votes, they are nobody. Stop living with promises every day. They are not genuine. They are thieves. Most of them. And you know them by names. You know them by names, like I do. It is time that you stop allowing these misleaders to take advantage of you and betraying your trust, guys. You gotta stop them. Stop them with your fingers. Now let's move to the other superstar. Yes, the superstar heading the PPP. Bharat Jagdeo. Wow. I done with Norton. He stopped holding national press conferences at a Chung Center or office of the president. Every week he holding press conference at Freedom House to get higher votes. Yesterday, he too, like always, he does wait when the PNC press conference done to hold his press conference to abuse and cuss out the PNC. That has been Jagdeo's standard every week for the longest while now. Every Thursday, the PNC hold their press conference at 11 o'clock, and when they're done, he's only even 2 o'clock to cuss. Y'all should listen to both of them press conferences. They are online. That's all both of them find time to do. Abuse out each other on frivolous things like race, discrimination in contracts, who thief more and who get what. While you starving with the high cost of living. When the two of them done with you, y'all will be walking the streets with calabash in your hands, if you could find one. Yesterday, Bharat Jagdeo was asked by my reporter if he's now willing to negotiate a better contract, since Exxon said they will not walk away easily from all the oil find they've been picking up in Guyana. As I listened to his answer, Uncle, to this simple question about getting more for the Guyanese people, I was blown away with the words that come out Jagdeo's mouth. After telling us about sanctity of contract. That's the two words he been preaching all his life. And how we going to chase out investors. Uncle, the man now using a new excuse. This time, yesterday, the new excuse he come up with is that changing the contract will kill the momentum of projects. He done with sanctity of contract and driving away investors. He said, if he asks to change, yes, it's going to be affecting the momentum of the projects. He's not worried about killing the hopes and dreams of the Guyanese people. Yes, the high cost of living. He's more concerned about killing the momentum of foreign investors who fetching away everything. Jagdev is running out of room to hide and excuses to make. So anything that comes out his head, he's spitting it out. Man, yeah, listen to this man yourself, man. You have it, play it.
So this is my position on it. It's a momentum that I'm worried about. Not so much that what any negotiation will do. It will definitely kill off probably the movement on the other FPSOs that are planned.
Play it back, please.
So this is my position on it. It's a momentum that I'm worried about. Not so much that what any negotiation will do. It will definitely kill off probably the movement on the other FPSOs that are planned.
That's the answer he gave to my reporter when she asked, are you going to ask or negotiate a better deal for Guyana, seeing all this I'll find Exxon popping up with every day? That's his position, uncle. He's worried about the momentum, not so much on negotiation. He said the momentum will definitely kill off probably the movement on the other FPSOs that are planned. You see what he's concerned with, guys? Exxon FPSOs to fill their pockets. Let me ask this question, man. Is he a huge shareholder in ExxonMobil business out there? I don't know. I'm just asking. That he's going to the length and breadth to worry about Exxon planned FPSOs and not worrying about the hungry belly people and their pockets in this country? Man, that speaks volume. Huh? Y'all going good, uncle? Y'all going good? Jagdev was upset. Yes, he was upset with the 2 mangoes we get in from Lisa 1 and 2. He was so disappointed with the PNC when them signed Lisa 1 and 2. But still approving more and more projects, getting the same 2 mangoes from all the mango trees, and have the nerve to tell Guyana that he don't want to slow down Exxon to get anything more. That is what he said there just now. Uncle, auntie, what this man Jagdev is doing isn't aiding and abetting the speed in which we getting robbed. Man, this thing is treason. This is the highest crime and the worst betrayal by a leader to his country. He is more concerned about Exxon and filling their pockets rather than helping we to buy a little food to put in we belly. Are you believe this thing was happening in this country? He worried about killing momentum, killing the speed and not worrying about the speed in which he's killing you and your family body? Jagdev at that same press conference went on to say that Guyana is competing with 85 other countries to attract oil investors. So he's ready to bend over and give away everything we own in this country. You hear that? He worried about competing with 85 countries. So he's going to bend over and give away everything. Guys, uncle and auntie, our oil is the sweetest and cheapest anywhere in the world. And he talking about competing. Which of the 85 countries can compete with 2% royalty? No taxes. No protection against an oil spill. I want to know if Jagdev has listened to himself or if he understands himself when he said things like these. Auntie, you know when you find yourself cornered and you're being confronted with facts, it's a difficult thing to speak straight. You have to manufacture what you hope fools would accept. This is what Jagdev is now coming up with. One concoction after another. He's getting desperate. He's in a dark place and he has backed himself into a corner with all the lies he told his nation about this oil contract. I wonder what a scheme he would come up with. What new things he will come up with to continue misleading this nation. I wonder. First was sanctity of contracts. I talk a million times about that. You can't break it. It's signed in blood or set in stone. I don't know whose stone. You gotta go puja that and pray for that. It's sacred. He made it into our God. His God, not mine. And I am certain not yours. Then he moved to, if we ask some more, we can chase away investors. Investors, uncle and auntie, who sell out everything they got. Everything they got around the world. And what they couldn't sell out, them drop it around the world. Boasting about the crown jewel they discover in Guyana. Yes. Jagdev telling me, if we ask for more, the people pack up and go away. Now, it's a different tune, Kevin. Now we're talking about momentum. I'm just asking y'all if this man head good. If this man should still be sitting in that chair. I'm just asking, does he really? Does he really want the best for Guyana? Does he even want anything for Guyana? You know, Uncle, I texted him last week. Yes. I texted him last week and told him he's very, very disrespectful and he's becoming a great, great danger to the citizens of this country and the region as a whole. To tell us, yes, to tell us that Guyana would have to move towards litigation with Exxon in the event of an oil spill. And I said to him, stop selling out this nation to Exxon and get out that office. Because of late, Every time you open your mouth, you're creating a nightmare for this region and all its citizens. I was very hurt and angry and wanted to let him know in the most uncertain terms how I, Glenn Lall, feel about what he's doing to myself, this country and the region. Uncle, auntie, I didn't expect a response from him, but he did respond and said, yes. He said, my daily dose of lies, half-truths, self-righteousness, and unchecked ego is what is damaging to our country and our people. Yes, that's what he responded to me with. Auntie, this man is accusing me of lying and telling half-truths. 2.5 years now I have been on this program 3 times a week. You have listened to me and you have listened to him. You have been reading the Kaieteur news and you have been reading his newspapers. The one owned by the state and the one owned by his best friend. I don't have to defend myself. My work or my record, I don't have to defend that. But I will ask all of you, when has Jagdeo been straight about this oil sector? When has he been truthful about how he manages the industry? You tell me. You have listened. How many times I have been banging on him to release those secret mining contracts and timber contracts? Years. He finally released some out of shame after constant banging. Now, which truthful leader behaves like that? When he doesn't want to answer. Man, I've said it many times. I've said it many times on this radio. I have even played him. He sends you to Tom, Dick, Harry, and Joseph, not Armand. Just the other day, my reporter asked him, who is monitoring the foreign gold companies? He said that is not he work. That is Vikram Bharat work. And he must go, and we must go ask Vikram. When we asked Vikram, Vikram said, he got find out from GGMC. This is the misleader in action. And he have the nerve to tell me about lies and half-truths. He went on to tell me in his response that I am behaving like a messiah. I come to save Guyana. Oh boy. He then said, all the lies I write and say daily is only for those who stupid. That's how he responded to me. Yes. Oh, he responded to me like that because I tell him he endangering this country and that he should get out that office. Uncle, this man can't handle truth. He can't handle facts and people who's seeing him for what he is. Man, oh, are you seeing every day what he's doing? Uncle, Jagdeo should know by now there is no corner left for him to hide or no hole for him to disappear in. Truth and facts always have a life of its own and nobody can kill that. Yes, nobody can kill that life, Mr. Jagdeo. Uncle, for too long, since Jagdeo was president, he has been walking all over this country and treating all the country's money-making machines yes, that belong to Guyana, like a casino. Yes. He gambled out all of them from we hands. I tired talking about them. At present, the Marriott is going, yes, he's gambling that. Look whose hands it will land in. Whew. Look whose hands it's going to land in, uncle. The Marriott should have been a shareholder. Every Guyanese should have put in $1 and buy over a Marriott because it's making billions. But he wouldn't want to give us. The same thing, the GT&T, when he sell out that profitable GT&T shares, the workers wanted to buy it. They wanted to buy shares in it rather than he sell it out. Oh, he gamble it out. The Marriott, he can do the same if he's so much in love with money and want to sell it out. Every Guyanese can put in a $5 because, uncle, your money going to double every year. But no. That's not in Jack Dale's head. He got his own aim with it. Yes, he going to huff out. And then he going to transfer some years down the line. I love it. Y'all better pray that this Messiah never gets into office. You better pray. Pray that this Messiah never hold an office. For that day will be the day of fear and trembling for all those who sold out the Guyanese people assets and their children's future. Yes. Are you continue praying? Sometimes Miss Mortley didn't give me some tea to drink, man. Oh, Senate, thank you. Thank you. I'm so taken up with this program, you know. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Wow. I had to go. My grandchildren graduate today. And I canceled that just to be on this program. I don't know if I get put out tonight. I come in with my bag. Hope one of you open my door because I rapping at everybody's door until one of you take me. I don't think I'll get put out though. Now let's look what our president and the vice president got the Attorney General office saying to the appeal court judge defending Exxon from safeguarding Guyana. It's in today's newspaper, Kaieteur News. You guys can read it. The Attorney General, yes, the Attorney General office is telling Justice Rishi Prasad that Guyana stands to lose an immeasurable amount of cash if Exxon got to stop pumping oil. An immeasurable amount of cash if Exxon got to stop pumping oil. They tell the judge how it will affect the economy, the country's developmental agenda, and private sector investments, which will also result in immeasurable damage to public good and the national interests. This is the defense the AG office put to Justice Rishi Prasad, who's hearing the appeal on the insurance matter. Yes, the parent company guarantee. Oh, look how much money we're going to lose and damage it will cost. Uncle, between January to March of this year, Exxon pumped 2,600 million US in oil and Guyana get 219 million. The damage done to this country by the ongoing oil operations will cost Guyana 5 times that 219 million. That is development for the country, eh? That is progress in the country, eh? Bucking up more than what you're receiving is considered progress and development according to the Attorney General Chambers to the judge. Then went on further and tell the judge that Guyana can become crippled if Justice Kissoon's order is maintained. I need to breathe. I really need to breathe. Because sometimes it is difficult to find words to really describe these misfits we have representing and defending this country. Thank you, Miss Martley. That a judge can order full protection to safeguard a nation and your government coming up with excuses that a child wouldn't even buy to fight against a decision. This thing is unthinkable, brother. The Attorney General also tell the judge that according to Exxon, they're not certain whether Exxon can get that parent company guarantee within 30 days. I don't know if Anil Nandalal prepared this thing, because I know Anil is a smart man. Anil didn't put any name to that man. He gets somebody in the AG chamber for make up this thing. Uncle, a parent company guarantee can be issued in less than 1 minute. Not 30 days, 1 minute. And it ain't gonna cost nobody a single Guyana cent. All Exxon have to say on a piece of paper, they will take care, they will observe, they will handle, they will look after and pay for everything that is damaged from an oil spill. What is so difficult, brother? What is so difficult about that, my sister? If your house fall down, Lall will build it back from scratch. That is what a parent company guarantee is. That the judge order that Jagdev is fighting against. Now again, you tell me who this man working for? Who this man protecting? The Guyanese people? The regional people? Or ExxonMobil? You know, don't be surprised the next press conference. He said Lall lying again. I notice how he can't keep my name out his mouth at press conferences. It's a permanent room. It look like I rent in he head. Mr. Subin a rent he property. We look like me a rent a room in he head. Today, uncle, there is a full page ad in the papers from the PPP calling on the soldiers, police, firefighters, and prison officers to vote for them. In the ad it said, the APNU take away them bonus and the PPP gonna restore it. That is what y'all vote. That is what y'all vote worth, guys. A month bonus. When I can get that month bonus every week, if the contract only change. Then I also see the Dominican Republic president and a delegation arrive in Guyana. Sweetness the hay. Yes. For improve their armed services payments. That is what I come to collect here. Every government from all over this world rushing to Guyana these days. Yes. Coming to talk, to have bilateral talk with our government. Yes, to get a peace. Where you getting, Kevin? What peace you holding on to? June 12th election is election day. I should go. I should stay home. And let the thieves go vote for themselves. I see some of you sucking at your teeth through the radio, while some of you smiling with me. I love you too. And to those who suck in their teeth, I love you guys also. Have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.
All right.
Oh, boy.
In exactly 1 hour,
Boy. 1
we've
hour
come to
20.
the end of Mr. Lall's informative presentation. You guys know the drill. 226-7453, 226-7454, 622-2222. You can call all three of those numbers or WhatsApp the cell phone number.
Before you take a call, let me tell them something. Ever since Kaieteur News born, school tours from all over this country have never stopped coming. This afternoon, my staff told me that Wednesday, they had expected a school tour from Legwan in the Essequibo. But a teacher called and said I didn't get approval to bring the children to Kaieteur News because of politics. This is what the PPP is going on with. Children who coming to learn, they are being deprived. I don't mind they didn't bring them here, Uncle. I hope they take them to the Guyana Chronicle. Good going, Mr. Ali. You're presiding over a beautiful nation here, stopping school children from learning, getting education. Uncle, the things these people do in the name of politics, man, y'all go and vote for them. Depriving children of knowledge? Oh my gosh. I see on social media, they're blowing up with these squatters who were removed from Hillfoot, Suesdike. Everybody blaming the government. I want to clear the air on this thing. The owner of the land got a court order to remove the people them from his place, because the man want to use his place. The people were given several notices to vacate. So what happened earlier this week is the man just get a court martial along with the police and went and removed them. That's legal, uncle and auntie. Nobody can come squat on your land and the judge order you to get off. Notices sent to you several times and you still don't want to come off. No, man. You got to get off. You have to get off. Another piece of information I think I should share with you all tonight is the bad man who escaped from prison was caught yesterday and sent to his maker. He was in prison serving life sentence for killing those people in Bartica a few years back. You know, Kevin, when you live by the sword, you die by the sword. When you live like a thief, like some of these politicians, you will end up in jail. Not true, man? You have telephone calls here?
Yes, you have one coming in. Good evening. You're on to the Glenn Lall Show. Good evening. You're on to the Glenn Lall Show.
You could call me back.
Oh gosh, call him back.
All right.
Wow, the people ain't got credit in their phone. Wow. Wow, they don't have credit in their phone. If you don't get him, let me call this guy.
I'm calling back.
All right, I can't feel like, hold on. Yes, good evening, brother. Yes.
Enjoy the program. For the QBA, man. You see, honesty and righteousness is a hallmark of true leadership. And these are the things the Guyanese population need to take into account and consideration. What is presently taking place, that these people are going around try to deceive this nation like they usually do, man, right? And now is local government, right? And you will see people who will still turn out to go and stain their fingers. It's all what this radio program is being doing, educating, and yet I don't know what more this program can really do.
It's waking up people, man. Don't get frustrated. Trust me, it's waking up people. People have been talking to me from all across this country, overseas, everywhere. People are waking up, brother. Today's technology is different from yesterday's. People are waking up. They are seeing, the whole Africa is waking up. The Arab world is waking up. Guyana and the region is waking up, brother. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, ExxonMobil, the government or the opposition can do about it. Every day I am making TikToks. I am posting it on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on MikTok, and all the talk.
Glenn, here what happened, right? You see, 2 years and going, we are giving people blackboard knowledge, man, right? And so on. People, this chappie, Patricia Labumba, you have it in a program educating this whole nation of people, telling what is happening in Africa. Man, it's bothering me for know what more can we. To see that there is not enough evidence is there that is enough to convince these people, man.
Hold for me. Their attachment to the past is greater than their commitment to the future. You understand? They love the people. They love the PPP and they love the PNZ so much that they don't give a damn about their future. Unless they go hungry. And if some of them hungry and they're still not moving away, they're still not talking bad about them. I am witnessing it. I am seeing it. You know, politics is like religion, my friend. Politics for me,
We are heading for.
politics,
We are heading for.
politics for
Hungry,
me,
starvation.
politics for me is worse than religion. You could get a man to change faster from being a Hindu, being a Christian or a Muslim, than to change him from the PPP and the PNC. So you have to keep that in mind. All right?
But Glenn, the woman said is that we are heading for starvation, right? Because we have people is here and is being taken our wealth for nothing.
You know,
They
as
are
you
paying
talk about
tax
that,
and so on.
you talk about that, hold 1 second. I am told that next week, Monday, they start giving out grant, some $40,000
Yeah.
to school children. You know, that's the sweetening they're throwing at the cake to get a vote.
Yes.
And guess what? Guess what? All them who collect the $40,000 gonna stay in their finger. I love it.
There's a way these people operate, man. They deal with you nice, and after then you starve after them. You know? But we only hope, man, when you do your good work, brother,
Thank you.
we only hope that these people would wake up very early, because, brother,
Thank
we
you.
are heading into a deep hole. That we don't know if this nation will ever come out.
No, you can't come
You
out.
know?
Thank you. You can't come out. You can't come out. Thank you. Thank you.
Good, brother, good. You got-
Yes. The hole that the PNC and the PPP is putting Guyana into, we will never be able to get out unless you get change.
Yes, good evening to you, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Am I on to the show?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to say to Mr. Lall, I was introduced to this show by a friend of mine.
Let's get going.
And that friend told me, he said, look, must tune into Glenn Lall.
Let's get going.
Sir, let's get going. Let's get
And
going.
I get into the show. This is my second time calling on this show. I remember I said to Mr. Lall one night that he cannot offend the high and mighty and to believe that it would be free as joke. I remember the U.S. ambassador a week after I warned him about that. Without a statement saying, look, U.S. interest is threatening this country. I lie down in my bed as I'm doing that, and I said, look, these are people that we know how they behave. I listened to the show tonight. I listened to Mr. Lall's commentary. And listen to it. I believe in everything he says. Start with some people. Let me start with the opposition leader. He's a Madonna. He's just a joke. Right? And Jagio is setting him up to be the joke he be. Right? By telling him, listening to you, you think you're smart? The guy believes that he's so smart. He's a joker. Let me get down to the guy who running the country. This bears tell people that the lady of which this country is told what like office. And until they come out and
You're breaking up. You gotta cut him off. Cut him off. Guys, we have limited time. So if you're gonna call us, let's get straight into your contribution. We don't want to hear about friend this and who friend this and how long you're watching the program or listening to the program. Yes, good evening, Valerie.
Yeah, my brother.
Let's get your comment.
Yes, brother Glenn.
You gotta turn your radio down.
All right, 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me join you.
You can still talk while you're turning down the radio.
Yeah, brother.
Brother Glenn,
Yes.
according to Mr. Labumba, now we need to get lawyers and lawyers from overseas because we can't get lawyers from here.
Yeah.
Okay? No, we could come together, put the money, everybody in the country put the money, who decides put the money, call on the Caribbean leaders because they are going to be affected by this oil spill just in case.
I agree.
Okay, Guyana cannot pay these people, so what's going to happen to us?
I agree with you, girl. I fully
So we
agree.
have to call these people, let them get their liars, and we have to do something, Brother Glenn.
Yes, we have to.
Because
We have to.
these people like them need to change nothing. They don't just need to go along with this. This thing is stopping.
No, they're not gonna stop.
If you could fight against your own people, just for protection. What else we want to see? What else we looking for?
They're here to reap and rape. I have been saying this thing.
Exactly.
I have been saying this thing 2.5 years now.
Yeah, man.
That's what they have been doing. That's what oil companies have done all across this world.
It's hard, Brother Glenn. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy on people. It's not.
And the people are not waking up. They buy your leaders for a song and dance. And then they fetch out everything.
Yeah.
You heard him. The export, Mr. Lumumba has been speaking to the entire African continent. His voice. The man is a messiah in Africa.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He has awoken the African population and the leaders. Some of them don't like him at all. Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
All right.
We'll stay in touch.
Glenn.
Uh-huh.
All right, Brother Glenn. Thank you for
Go ahead.
calling.
You have the call? All right, left him. Once they hang up, leave him. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Lall. Good job, boy.
Thank you.
PLO, Professor Labumba.
Lumumba.
Make the elephant uncomfortable.
Yes, an ant.
That is the message. Your message is not being transmitted to each and every one of us here in this country. You have a large crowd listening to you. And this voting thing and this insulting thing, nobody going to vote.
Well, let's wait and see.
That's the thing I'm saying. Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see.
And you will see the pedal with BDN to make the elephant uncomfortable. This thing got to stop, or this whole nation gone down the drain.
I have been making the elephants in this country uncomfortable 29 years now. Every day in the newspaper. They never like me. They never like me.
I know this.
Oh, you see how many things.
You can speak,
You see.
as long you can speak out and talk
Yeah,
the truth.
this
Educate the people.
This country, see how many times they try to eliminate me, get rid of me. I'm still here, still fighting the fight.
Yeah, but
And this fight will continue. This fight will
Yeah,
continue.
you have to continue to fight. They might attack the weak. Right now, the subject there on the election, the dead don't bury. That's the subject now, election. So let's wait and see the result.
My reporter asked Jagdev yesterday when he will hold a press conference to talk exclusively on oil. He said no. He's not going to hold any to talk
No, he
exclusively on
wouldn't be
oil.
doing that. Jackie would be doing that. Jackie
No.
would carry the people to court.
No, when he
Jackie
give-
would carry back the people to court, he could talk about oil against them.
When he gave that answer, if I was there, I would have probably asked him if this oil belonged to he.
You see, That's what I tell you the other night. It's a trade robbery between the people in high office, the trade sector, the judiciary, the church leaders, and the trade union leaders. These people controlling the poor. They're making this nation a handout nation, a beggar nation. So that's what they're making this nation.
Well, it's not. No. Hold. I have to correct you. It's not Jagdev alone doing this thing. You cannot leave the PNC out. You cannot leave the AFC out. Well, they're out. You can leave them out. You can leave them out. But you cannot leave the APNI out.
Jagdev is the boss right now. The PPP is the boss right now. And the people of this country, the poor people, they understand. They got the education. They got the courage, the might to understand that they are the real boss. You see, Mr. Lall? He got off us.
No. I'm hearing you. If you run out of credit, I gotta call you back.
That's right. That's Mr. Labuma PLO, Mr. Labuma Professor. That man is a Gandhi boy. God bless the man. Boy.
Yes, God bless him. Yes.
The man is a Gandhi boy. God bless that man. Boy. I love that man. Yeah.
I have been listening.
That's using the term.
I have been listening.
You have to be the ant.
I've been listening to that man. I've been listening to that man several years now.
The $40,000, whatever I give them pick me. That's good, you know. But you know what worse and what bad? It's to sell out the Sonata textile mill. I will get free uniform. You see the point? The 40,000 I'm saying there, the money go back. Look for food before school open back again. And the people go skimp and beg them family and this body and that body for get the uniform money because they're poor. Who can put them on the uniform or put it? But remember, inflation, devaluation, that crushing the people in the country.
Yep.
And that's the problem. And they don't mean to work on that. Look, they take an next year on something $1 million loan.
Oh boy.
The other day. Right?
Oh,
Why you
boy.
taking loan and have get the highest growing economy for a chapter?
Man, I'm going to deal with that Monday. Because that question was put to him. The man give a beautiful answer. Man, I'll deal with it Monday.
You owe me, you pay newspaper. You stop giving me. What, you never pay you off?
I'll deal with that Monday. Thank you.
Good, Mr. Lall.
Thank you.
Don't go job. You don't go job. You don't get discouraged. You wait for the election.
Thank you.
If you got listen, and if you have made them decision, which side must go? No. Me and guy sober. Is that wrong? This one.
Thank you.
You take care.
Yeah.
Good evening, you're on to the Glenn Lall Show.
Hi, good night, Mr. Glenn.
Go ahead.
We have to big up Mr. Lubumbo. Everything what the man says, facts, there's what going on in this place, right? And it got some people right now, I see Billing Road, it got Taylor Billing Road. What used to was do Taylor work, cricketer, right? Them getting project for Bill Road. You could imagine the what going on in it. And this place, it's not going to end nice. The results of this where you see the guy now with. I don't know what these people talking about with this opposition. Even say if they go, it can be worse than what PPP doing here. So we need these two set of people for going to relax and fight among themselves. You understand? And we got to select a good leader. Thank you.
Oh, where are you getting the good leader from? Where are we getting the good leader from? Kevin?
Sir.
Where are you finding that leader from? Yes, good evening. You go on? All right.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir, good evening.
Now, this was a very informative program tonight. But let me start from the back of the program going up to the front.
Thank you.
You know, I wanted to ask this question. I have been noticing a new trend with Jagdev now. Why is he keeping his press conferences under the banner of the PBP Freedom House. Isn't that something that is supposed to be reserved for the party matters? He's conducting the state's affair in that building.
The man has no regard and respect for the people of this country.
Well, good. And I am wondering, why is the Ghana Press Association isn't calling out him from desisting from doing that thing? He's supposed to be in a neutral place, whether it's at the president's office or wherever he just get it. I don't know, but it seems like now everything now is being done there. And when you ask the appropriate question, oh, we're not dealing with that. We're dealing with this now. We're dealing with party matters.
Party matter.
He is selecting and he's manipulating the whole business. And that thing needs to be stopped. I say this to him if he's listening, or his people, and that we think people don't understand his moves that he's making. He has been in the public domain for so long now that people could read him like an Archie comic book.
Yes.
Right? And he's running out of steam. And it's like what Professor Lumumba said. He is one of those people I suspect he has been boxed into the corner.
Exactly.
Or he's either bought one of the two of them. And I think that would be the next question that people needs to ask him in person. Whether he respond favorably or not, but that's a question that needs to be coming to him and his cohorts steadily. People have to ask him that question. Is he bought or is he boxed in? One of the two. And look at the opposition. I was so mad to hear how Norton responded to you, that at the appropriate time, and then he said in the first 50 days he's going to call on the renegotiation. Now, that's exactly what Mr. Lumumba said. That these people, whenever you see somebody who is going in there and they're watching at the presidency, those are the people you got to be careful about. So that's exactly Norton's move. Norton didn't realize that people are looking at him that he wanted re-election. And then he's going to do that? No, that's no condition. He wants a condition set before he can actually do something. And you know, when he gets into the office, he's not going to do anything concerning the oil.
Oh, yes.
Right? So he's another one that he is either he boxed or he bought. One to the two is two B's. He's either boxed or bought.
When Norton hear about renegotiation, I tell you guys many times, the man wake up early and pen letter.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about that over the year. Now, another thing, you remember some time ago, like about 2-3 months ago, you had mentioned about some lands being huffed out along the Atlantic area there. I think near the Everest cricket ground or something you were talking about. What's the latest with those things?
Well, I don't know, but I heard that these playgrounds along the stretch is what stretch? Home Stretch Avenue towards the seawall.
I don't know. Right, I know it's somewhere around there.
You know where Everest is? Carifesta Avenue. I am told that they are going to huff out to gamble out those land now to their friends.
Well, let me tell you what they did. A friend told me that it's happening here on the quarantine, and let me say this to the nation. Let them hear what's happening. Do you know when you were coming up on the quarantine that there's a place they call Tain?
Yes, I know Tain. Yeah,
right at UG area there. So there's a Tain primary school that has a stretch of land from the public road going back to the school. It's quite a large plot of land. Now, that was supposed to be the Tain primary school ball field or playground, something to that effect, the name. But, you know, over the years, it has been said that thing has been in the hands of private people. It's only last month, like a couple of weeks ago, we saw people, they were fencing the place, and it says, private property, no trespassing.
Wow.
Yes, I'm going to ask a friend to get a photograph, and I'm going to send it over to you for you to see the size of land that thing. So the Tain ball field school ground has now been into the hands of private people now.
You should mobilize the people and protest that.
Well,
they're depriving the children and future children of their rightful activities during school.
Exactly.
By
And
selling out
what is-
or huffing out that land.
Yeah, so it seems like this is one of the new trends now, the huffing out. That's a byproduct, there's a side hustle called the huffing out of the state lands. And that's a very disgusting thing. I mean, if we check the records, I understand from the people that thing was meant for the school, but they never developed it because back in the time, limited resources and what have you. So the school is like here, I understand. The front half that I'm talking about, that used to be the ball field for the land for the school. And the other half behind the school supposed to be the same community field.
They're gone with all that?
So no, well that one I understand it's there, but this one, because it's of its prime location to the public road, the private person, whoever is it, they huff it out there.
Well, you could send me a picture and let me publish it and let me see who's gonna come up and say that they own it and how they own it and how much they pay for it or if they pay for it.
So that is what is happening here now. So you have the one at Kaieteur there, the set of land there, and they're doing it across this country wherever there is land available and close to the public road. That is a trend that I'm noticing now. So, and another thing is that I don't want to preempt what will be the outcome of that Justice Rishi's pronouncement, for that matter. But I have a feeling that the way how they're doing things, like the kind of statement that the Attorney General would have put out to the to this judge, that it will cause what? It will cause the country to lose.
It will cripple the country,
right,
and cause immeasurable harm, and how much money we will lose.
All right. So I am preparing to see what would be the outcome of that, and I don't want to preempt anything, but should it happen the way that it is not for the Guyanese people, well, then that's a serious problem in this country. This country, that would have been another proof that this country has been either overtaken by some foreign power, or it has been established already that our misleaders are actually not our people anymore. They have been selling us out.
I could tell you for sure that Exxon has hijacked some of our politicians, some of our political leaders, but they haven't and they cannot hijack many of the Guyanese people. Okay. They cannot hijack the judges. Trust me on that one. Because I got hopes and I got trust in our judges.
Well, I would think, what I'm beginning to think, that should the appeals court, do something that is not to the benefit of the Guyanese people, well, then one would want to think that, like when in the old days we used to hear about the party paramountcy of the PNC. I would want to believe that day is returning back.
My friend,
yeah.
We have the CCJ. You hear me? The Caribbean Court of Appeal. Trust me, I've been there already. I took a matter there already. You hear me? And you will get justice. But we don't have to go there, my friend. Okay. I'm gonna put a bet. I got a little couple dollars to lose. Maybe a case of Corona or a case of Banks. That we will win. We are winners, man. We have our Creator on our side, man. We have truth and we have facts with us.
Yes, well, I would like to. Well, that would be very uplifting. Should that happen?
That would be a win. Right, and Exxon and our government and opposition needs to know that. Yes, that the people of this country have God Almighty on our side. Yes. We got truth, we got facts.
Yeah. Mr. Lall, you've been having a lot of different people on your program and so on, whether they are reluctant to come and you have to coax them and so on to come, and they come or they never come or what have you. But I am asking, has has it ever been put out to the Exxon people that you would have liked to have an interview with them?
Oh, I reached out to them. They were in talks with their people to come on board, and we even agree. We even agree. I said, listen, Glenn Lall will step aside, okay?
Okay.
And I will get my reporters to do the interview. Leave Glenn Lall out, because straight up, the people say, Glenn Lall, you are a fireball.
Yeah.
All right. And straight up, they wouldn't want to come sit with me. You understand?
Well,
they understand where I stand, and they know who I am. I am a heavyweight for them.
Yeah.
So I said to them, I said, listen, just come, leave me out, left me out. But I will pick up. I will pick up after you people and my reporters finish the program. I'll take it from there. And I'm still waiting on them.
All right. So I would like to formally make that appeal once again through your radio station to ExxonMobil, whether if it's Mr. Rutledge or whoever got to come, that they owe the Guyanese people an explanation of everything that has been happening here and everything that has been going on. The Guyanese people need certain explanation from them. And I think that is very fair, because how they could have gone onto the Guyanese critic and what have you. If they don't come to the Kaieteur station, it means that there's biasness there, and they're not supposed to be afraid of anything if they say they're transparent and they're fair and all of these fancy terms. So I am throwing this out to Exxon and Mr. Rutledge and his team, that they should make every effort to try to set up a meeting and to have a program one of the days that you would want to, that they can make it on the program.
Hold a moment. This invitation didn't sent out by Glenn Lall. This invitation came through a gentleman from Iconi who was present at the scoping meeting they had there at the school. And a gentleman from Iconi asked Exxon that question there about educating the nation on what is happening and what's going on in the oil sector. And the gentleman there, he said he have no problem with that. A matter of fact, he's happy. Right? He agreed with the gentleman that Exxon needs to do more to educate the nation on our oil sector. And right there and then, I stood up and picked up the Exxon guy. I said, hey, the Kaieteur News is willing. I am here as the publisher. I am willing to help with no payments. Every day we can educate the nation. And he said he would have gotten back to me. That's how the invitation came about. You know?
Well, I don't
and
know.
we're still waiting. A matter of fact, Exxon have not been even holding press conferences. The one that they hold 2 weeks ago, they only hold that to talk about they're being squeezed with this parent company guarantee. That's the only reason they came out with a press conference. Other than that, no, they're silent. Just like how the government is silent, not holding press conferences to deal with the oil. Look, President Ali. When last I see him, what is he been talking?
As a matter of fact, there are only a few times when I would see it in the headlines that they say President Ali, then I remember that he's the president.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Because we don't hear. We don't hear from him. We don't see him. Yeah, he's not acting independent. I mean, that is one of the major things that that is bothering a lot of people, and it's alarming. So,
and he can take action. He can take action. Yes. Nothing holding him back. He has the power in his hands. Jagdev can't make no decision for him. He can fire Jagdev and say, get home. And get out.
So, once again, I would like to, the last time I did say it, and I'm asking the aunties and the uncles in this country if Jagdev should be allowed to continue in office based on what is happening in this country thus far. right? Everything that he has said, it has been contrary to everything when he was in opposition talking. Today, he has not been standing to his words. For example, the same thing about renegotiation and all those things, right? Remember the man said, I think you mentioned something the other day when he talked about the momentum. So I remember the tape that you would normally play when the man said, this is not a cake shop. The thing got to be run like a business.
Yeah.
Like a business.
The man said, he said a country has to run like a business, not like a cake shop. Well, the way he's running it is worse than a cake shop.
I know that, I know. And I think the people, Guyanese are so well, they're now waking up and they know a lot of things what's happening here now. So I would like to appeal to the Guyanese people that June 12th is coming up, and if y'all want to remain in this way of life that how everybody is living, well then y'all can go on to continue the same nonsense that you do.
Yes.
Been doing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. You
Thank
could
you.
go and stay in your toe, as you would say.
Thank you, brother.
All right, Mr. Lall.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
take care.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Yes. Right? Yes. Right.
With that, I say have a great weekend. I love you guys. I see you Monday. Namaste.